Meet Kai, the Purple King. A dual-color genius. Then there's Ray, his bro. Zero magic. A total NPC. Ray carries bags for Kai's squad until they find Kronos, the time god. One casual swipe, and Kronos deletes the squad, Kai included. RIP, Ray's done for. But fear unlocks a hack, skill drain. He yanks the boss's reality warping cheat code. Rewind. Panic-fueled glitch. It doesn't just reset a second, it yeets Ray back. Wakes up years in the past, packing a god's power and serious main character energy. New game plus. He's the boss now. Ray freaks. Checks the window and sees something wild. That inverted castle is white. Should be goth black. It was pure white until 7 years ago, then got emo. When it went dark, the Kronos door opened up. Click, he realizes stealing that skill rebooted the server. Grabs his phone to check the date. Boom, 7 years back. Check stats, the rewind cheat, gone. Deleted, but skill drain stuck around. Score, no rewind? Whatever. After 10 years of zero skills, he's hyped to have one. With skill drain, he's finally playable. Phone buzzes. Reminder, mage exam today. Oh snap. Ray sprints to the mage HQ. The big boss hub for dungeon raids. Walks in, smells the fresh paint, and bam, someone yells colorless. He spins around to see. It's Godo and Oink. Kai's goons. The same guys Kronos turned to dust. They roast Ray for retaking the exam. Again. Saying it's useless since he'll always be a zero magic noob. Truth is, this ain't his first rodeo at the exam. But the guy's stubborn. Never quits. Not in the mood. He swats them away. Buzz off. Next scene, examiner's office. Hinata Reiner, B-rank pro. She sighs. Sick of seeing his face. Warns him he's gonna get fragged if he keeps spamming this. Ray smirks. This run's different, promise. She drags him to the venue. No tutorial needed, he's a vet. The mission? Loot 3 goblin mana stones. Easy peasy. Cakewalk for players. Nightmare for old Ray. But plot twist, today is glitchy. A high-level beast spawns in the noob dungeon. Bad news. Boom. Just like Rai predicted, that nasty beast pops up looking super sketchy. It's a red cap goblin, level 37. Big yikes. Hinata's jaw basically hits the floor. Like, seriously? Why is a boss level creep chilling in a newbie dungeon? She draws her blade, screaming, run, Rai, save yourself, classic hero mode. But Ray knows the score. The level gap? Massive. In the old timeline, she got wrecked trying to save his weak butt. She got beat so bad she had to hang up her mage hat forever. Rai felt totally guilty. Her career? Toast. All cause he was a noob. Not this time, fam. Rai's ready to flip the script. He grabs his short sword. The goblin charges, and he just yeets the weapon straight at it. But the beast is buffed and swats the blade away like a fly. It keeps coming, closing in on Rai. So Ray just straight up decks it in the face. Monster gets salty, but before it can strike, Ray's power swipes its buff. Yoink, now Ray's got the super strength stats. Mr. Goblin freezes, wondering why he suddenly feels so wimpy. While it's confused, Rai slices it clean in two. Fatality. Hinata is shook. She can't believe her eyes. One hit? Rai just one-shotted a red cap? No way. Ray's hyping himself up too. Skill drain is legit op. He's vibing until Hinata snaps him out of it, asking, how'd you do that? Can't spill the beans about his dark powers, right? So he's like, lucky fluke? Totally faking it. Liar, she yells. Then she remembers freak monsters mean the exam's off. An anomaly like that? Yeah, huge red flag. We gotta report this to HQ, as soon as possible, she insists. But Ray's sweating. Chill, I still need 2 mana stones. Hinata loses it. Dude. We almost died. Forget the loot. Talk about luck, 2 normal goblins pop out right then. Snick snack. Ray decapitates them instantly. Hinata's jaw drops again. She's speechless. Ray grabs the loot. So, can I keep these or what? She's too stunned to argue. They head back to base. Later, Hinata brings out the goods. Ray's license. Official mage status. Rank C baby, not bad. Ray grins. Took long enough, but he's finally here. Then she shows him the cash breakdown for the stones. Turns out, those magic rocks are eco-friendly gold mines. Clean energy, 0 emissions, very fancy. And the association pays top dollar for them. Ray figures that red cap boss drop must be worth a fortune. He looks at the check and nearly faints. So much money. Squashing gobs gets him 1,000, but that red cap? A cool 3 million. Cha-ching. Hinata tells him to chill. Don't go crazy just cause he clapped one boss. Rei's totally shook. He had zero clue that wizards rake in that much dough. Hinata says that's just pocket change, too. Now he's hyped, grilling Hinata for the deets on dungeon runs. Chat over, Rei bounces to his reserved C-rank spot, VIP style. Dude's tripping. Back in the day, solo runs were a total no-go. But with this new juice? He's ready to flip the script on his future. Right as he steps up, something yanks him back. Totally rude. It's Mana Hand. He spins around, annoyed, and sees Goto and Oink trolling him. These two clowns start roasting him, claiming solo entry is illegal. Like they're the dungeon police? Rei sneers, I got my mage license, geniuses. I'm legit, they gasp, thinking he's capping hard. No way he passed. Goto gets in his face and shoves his head. Down with that magic grip, prove it, faker. He barks. So, this skill turns magic into a solid vice grip. Nasty stuff. Rei's buffed up, but he's stuck like glue. Can't muscle out. But Rei ain't a quitter. He rages and headbutts the guy. Bonk. Goto stumbles back, looking dizzy. At that exact moment, Rei swipes the skill. Since he owns it now, the grip on him vanishes. A massive, crazy, blue glow bursts out of Rei, freaking the bullies out. Rei instantly uses the hand on Goto. Say I'm awakened, he squeezes. Oink won't admit defeat though. He chucks a fireball at Rei. Rei pops his buff skill and slices through the flame like butter. Oink's jaw drops. Before he can blink, Rei yeets him across the room with a punch. Goto's stunned. He's got body buffs too? Oink, crying on the floor, asks, are you a dual color mage? Nope, Rei smirks, stealing the fireball too. Boom, triple threat. Oink looks like he saw a ghost. Because a 3-color mage? That's unheard of. Legendary status. Rei fires a shot back to scare him. Oink nearly wets himself. You guys want more? Rei asks. The duo just look at each other and bolt. Cowards ran for the hills. Once they dip, Rei realizes Kai is gonna be salty about this. See, he was Kai's little minion. If Kai finds out Rei's leveled up, he'll wreck him. Kai is level 50. That's big league power, making him a top-tier beast in the magic world. Besides Kai, Rei's gotta prep for that nightmare dungeon opening soon. Rei knows the drill. Grind XP as soon as possible. He dives straight into the dungeon. Levels equal gains. Level up, get skills, boost that mana bar. Simple. It also buffs the max mana a mage can juggle at once. Rei's chillin' in the dungeon when a level 38 flame wizard jumps him. Dude has fireballs everywhere, and Rei's panic staring at his single flame. That level gap is seriously unfair. The wizard starts spamming fireballs at Rei. Rei blocks one but has to scramble like crazy to dodge the rest. He realizes a head-on fight is a straight ticket to the graveyard. But every skill has a cooldown. That split-second lag is his chance. Rei doesn't hesitate and sprints at the wizard. Even with a 2-second window, the wizard is totally exposed. Rei punches the guy so hard he goes airborne, swiping his fireball skill mid-flight. The wizard hits the dirt, tries to cast, and realizes he's been nerfed. Rei returns the favor, blasting him with 5 fireballs. Talk about overkill, dude gets vaporized. With the wizard toasted, Rei gets spammed with level up notifications. Nice. Turns out, wrecking high-level mobs gives insane XP. It's risky, but that skill drain ability is basically a cheat code. Rei checks his stats and sees he hit level 12. New goal, level 30. He goes on a rampage, clearing mobs left and right. He zooms to level 27, but the XP grind starts dragging. Figures he needs bigger prey to hit the big 3-0. He heads deep into the dungeon and finds the boss room. Jackpot. This is exactly what he was looking for. He kicks the door open, 2 level 30 imps and a level 45 skull demon. Rei tenses up, but figures stealing their moves is the winning play. He rushes the skull demon, aiming for a quick tag. Nope. A mana barrier blocks his drain skill. Awkward. The demon makes it worse by lunging at Rei, nearly taking his head off. Barely dodged that. Realizing the boss is buffed, Rei knows he needs a smarter strat. Since he can't drain the big guy yet, he goes for the sidekicks. He drops an imp, steals Ice Needle, and toasts it with a fireball. The other imp watches his buddy turn to ash and freezes up. Armed with the Ice Needle, Rei targets the demon and shatters its barrier. But the dead imp instantly respawns, thanks to the demon's magic. It's a pain, but Rei's cool with it. Infinite minions mean infinite XP farming. Slap that imp down again? Bam, another level up. Thanks to that sweet upgrade, the mana he could flex spiked, plus, He unlocked skill synthesis. Ray was hyped. That was literally exactly what he wanted. He instantly smashed Ice Needle and Fireball together with it. The red and blue skills fused into a Fire Lance, which he blasted at the Skull Demon. Its barrier popped up, but the lance cracked it, letting Ray punch through. Connecting with the Skull Demon let him swipe its mana barrier. He wasn't done, though. He jacked its body buff too, leaving the beast clueless and weak. Ray showed zero mercy, ending the monster by jamming a Fire Lance into its chest. Roast mode. It dropped a green stone and he leaped from level 28 to 33. Ray exhaled. That synthesis cheat really saved his bacon. Turns out, it's a pro technique for crafting OP skills, usually unlocked around level 30. Just what Ray hoped for. Talk about clutch timing. Ray was vibing on the win when the win system dinged, level met, skill drain capacity expanded. His skill slots bumped up from 3 to 5. Ray grinned. Life just got way easier. Once he finished checking his stats, he bailed and went to HQ to turn in that green stone. He not have freaked out hearing he beat a Skull Demon and hit level 33 in one day. Ray laughed nervously. Pure luck, I swear. But she told him passing level 30 that fast is insane. She noted that at his level, he could be a B rank mage. Suddenly, a familiar voice and scary vibes crept up behind him. It was his bro, Kai, claiming Ray being B rank was a joke. He called Ray a colorless loser with zero talent. Hinata clapped back, saying he legit beat a red cap and Skull Demon. Kai snapped and swung at Ray. He launched the heavy punch right at his chest. Ray blocked it easily with his new mana guard, smiling. Careful. Seeing his punch get stuffed, Kai finally bought the rumors that his brother had awakened. Still unimpressed, he told Ray to watch out. He wanted a test. Hinata noticed Kai was being reckless and asked if he was trying to start a brawl. Kai shrugged. No biggie if he's a real B rank, not a fake. Ray realized, saying no now would just bring more drama later. So Ray decided to take the challenge, and Kai is shook, but mostly just salty. They marched to the arena to squash the beef. Ray realizes he's gotta watch his mana budget big time since Kai is way OP compared to him. Ray also knows he must stay sharp cause his combo cap is 3, while Kai's rocking a solid 5. Math don't lie, so Ray is pretty sure I'm gonna get wrecked if he tries a straight up brawl. To level the playing field, Ray figures he needs a spicy trick up his sleeve. Fight starts. Ray tosses ice needles, Kai claps back with fireballs. Boom! They collide mid-air, causing a huge bang and dust cloud. Kai can't see squat, then bam! Ray rushes him with buffs, startling him. Kai's jaw drops. Bro is flexing dual colors now? Meanwhile, Ray is counting the mana Kai has left since he just burned a spell. Closing the gap, he mixes skills to spawn a Fire Lance. Kai's stunned but gets it. Little bro unlocked the tricolor tier. Still, he ain't sweating it at all. Ray gets close, but Kai blasts a fireball that wrecks his lance and drops him. Ray's face screams panic. His fancy 2-skill lance got deleted by a basic hit. Kai roasts his bro, saying cool colors, but you're still trash tier compared to me. To humble Ray, real quick, Kai spams lethal fireballs. Ray's running for his life, dodging while charging another lance. He chucks the lance, but Kai just fires another basic ball. Kai's shot smashes through, aiming for Ray, who pops a shield as soon as possible. But that shield is paper against Kai's insane stats. And breaks, slamming Ray into the dirt again. Ray's down. Kai strolls up, saying bow down, and I'll let this slide. He just wants Ray to admit he's a total noob. Ray knows he can't clutch this win with weak combos, but quitting means staying a slave forever. Hyping himself up, he scrambles to his feet, yelling that he ain't bowing to nobody. Kai gets triggered and says, fine, guess I gotta end you. Kai pops overclock, burning huge mana to double his control capacity instantly. Buffed up, Kai spawns tons of fireballs and brags, witness true power a 10-hit combo. Ray's terrified cause he knows that ult means game over. Basically, Kai's the guy who flexes crazy mana compared to everyone else. But Ray was baiting this exact move all along. Ray jumps in, Kai mocks him like, can't dodge mid-air, bro. Ray's suddenly playing dodgeball with huge fireballs, but whips out a mana hand. Kai's totally shook by the secret move. Even OP bosses have cooldowns, and Ray knows it. He jukes the flames and gets in Kai's face fast. Caught lagging on cooldown, Kai eats a knuckle sandwich. The hit's a crit. Kai goes flying across the stage, and boom, Ray yoinks his overlock skill too. Ray's grinning like crazy cause he snagged the loot. Thought it was good game, but Kai stands up, face wrecked, screaming murder at Ray. Suddenly, Kai busts out the demon lance. Ray's stunned, didn't know he unlocked that yet. It's his ultimate move, So yeah, major danger vibes. Lance zooms in, but Rai barely sidesteps the death stick. Okay, gotta admit, that thing's speed is insane. Rai realizes he only landed that hit earlier cause Kai was being sloppy. But playtime's over, Kai's actually trying now. Rai's kiting hard now cause the power gap just exploded. Place is trashed, but Kai's rampage isn't stopping. Rai tries a fire lance, but Kai's demon lance crushes it. The blast yeets Rai into the wall, total faceplant. Ouch. Kai mocks him, that's why I'm the Purple King, scrub. Rai can't argue that demon lance is seriously OP. Kai looms over him again, saying, don't get cocky with your lol tricks. Rai knows he's toast, but then a light bulb flicks on. Game changes if he unlocks the purple skills juice. Before this, he could only mix 2 colors max. But Rai flips the script by popping overlock. Kai gags seeing his bro use overlock like it's nothing. Mana bar full, skill synthesis unlocked. Let's go. Rai smirks realizing he just hit jackpot. Kai's sweating, wondering what he's cooking. Rai pulls a world first move, mixing 3 colors at once. He tosses in red, mixes blue and yellow, boom, black mana. Kai's stunned. See, regular mana, comes in red, yellow, and blue flavors. They said Rai had 0 talent for those, but they were dead wrong. Rai's a total glitch, a dark mage, unheard of till now. Mixing the trio creates the abyss flame. Looks lethal. Kai freaks out and chucks a demon lance, screaming back off. Rai blasts the abyss fireball, crushing the lance instantly. Path clear. Rai rushes Kai, charging up another heater. Kai refuses to quit, summoning another huge demon spear. He hurls his monster weapon, but Rai intercepts it mid-air with a fireball. Boom. Fire eats the lance, knocking Kai out cold. Rai flops to the ground, stunned. He actually won. Ding. A system alert pops up saying he scored the abyss flame thanks to skill synthesis. Hinata runs over, totally freaking out about that move. Rai's sweating, he can't hide his OP powers forever. Rai plays it cool and shows off the magic, saying, looks like a black skill. Hinata freezes. A black skill user? He's the first. Can we keep this low key? No snitching to the association. Hinata blinks, totally confused, and tells Rai, dude, you're missing a huge chance. What chance? Rai asks. Being crowned king, she says. Strongest mage is king. You'd be the Black King by default. Rai actually thinks about it for a sec, but even though it sounds cool, he tells her, nah, pass. He knows he's too weak right now to be royalty. Wait, is my bro okay? He asks, pointing at the arena. Kai is a king, Hinata assures him. He's tough, he'll bounce back from that beatdown. I'm dragging him to the medics anyway. Suddenly, phones buzz. Emergency alert. Rai sees that a dungeon spawned at Ikebukuro Park. Recommended level 70. Hinata's jaw drops reading the screen, but Rai stays chill. He remembers this from his past life. Level 70? The current kings are only level 50. Last time, the kings realized they were totally outclassed. They got scared and abandoned the Ikebukuro dungeon. They didn't know it was the start of a disaster. Dungeons have timers. Ignore them, and they collapse. If you don't clear it fast, monsters flood out. Ikebukuro was ground zero for the first big outbreak. It turned Tokyo into a total monster mash. Tons of people got wiped out because the streets were just swarming with beasts. But Rai's gonna fix this timeline, no matter what. Hinata trips when Rai says he's gonna raid it. Are you crazy? She panics. It's a death trap. Plus, only A rank mages are allowed inside cause the level is way above 50. Is the A rank exam next week? Rai asks calmly. Yeah, since this is the Rai spills the tea. He's hitting A rank before the next test drops. Hinata's shook, but she knows he's actually got the skills to pay the bills. But wait, she goes all quiet, so Rai asks what's the deal. Newsflash, to go A rank, you gotta squat up and crush a B rank dungeon first. Basically, solo play is dead, he needs a crew, as soon as possible. And Rai totally spaced on that detail. Checks his DM's total wasteland. Everyone's ghosting or roasting him hard, since he's gotta smash a B rank before the week ends. Rai's sweating. Soloing that is basically impossible. He's scrambling, trying to hack his way out of this total mess. Suddenly, he hears mages flaming a teammate for being total weak sauce. Hits home for Rai, reminds him of when he was the community punching bag. Turns out the girl's name is Ichinoi Aya, and her squad is brutally roasting her as dead weight. Hearing Aya's name triggers a massive lightbulb moment for Rai. She's the future legendary Scarlet King, but right now, total noob status. Even if she's struggling, Rai hates how her team treats her like straight garbage. Aya begs them not to boot her, She needs the cash for her sis's medical bills. She swears she'll level up next run, but the leader just side-eyes her and says they'll see if she's worth keeping during today's raid. One slip up and she's toast. Aya nervously nods, totally terrified. They head out, but Ray's got a super bad feeling about this. Ray knows Aya becomes a beast later, but she went through hell first. He recalls she got wrecked in some incident right about now. Word is, she took critical damage, fighting a boss in coma nap for years. Ray clicks, holy cow, that disaster might be happening today. He's not 100%, but Aya was acting super sus. To stop the madness, Ray decides he's gotta crash the party. Meanwhile, Aya's squad pulled the boss, a level 45 monster. Then the leader goes full psycho and shoves Aya into the kill zone as live bait. She yells, solo it, but Aya's like, you crazy? I'll die. Leader snaps back that she's fired if she doesn't handle the boss solo. Cornered, Aya steals herself. She's gotta do it for her sis. The squad watches in glee as she steps up and yeets a fireball. Direct hit, but the monster just tanks it. 0 damage. Aya panics. Her attack did absolutely nothing. Then the boss lunges, ready to flatten her with its sword. Sword slams down, ground explodes, shockwave goes boom. She faceplants hard, totally helpless against this beast. Monster goes for the kill, but Rai crashes the party just in time. Buff to the max, he tanks that hit like a total boss. Ya's jaw drops. Who is this hero stopping her Grim Reaper moment? Rai flexes hard, shoving that ugly giant back with pure muscle. She's starry-eyed while he spins round to check if she's Gucci. But the squad? Salty that some rando popped up and wrecked their whole vibe. Doulahan's heavy, but Rai tossed it like a used tissue. Wild. Monster stands up and screams loud enough to wake the dead. Rai ain't shook that it's still kicking. That armor is buffed with hacks. Normal hits do zip, 0, nada. Ray plans to swipe that skill and shut it down. He goes YOLO, diving in to tag the beast. He makes contact, tries to drain, but error 404? He bails fast before getting chopped into sushi. Rai hops back to Ya. You okay? She asks, panicked. I'm chill, he says. Block that shot with my blade. Then it clicks, the armor is just a shell. To steal the skill, he's gotta touch the squishy insides. Doulahan slams the floor, blasting crazy energy everywhere. Ray pops a shield. Get behind me, noob. He yells. His magic wall tanks the hit, but the shockwave sends the squad flying like confetti. Leader girl stands firm, yeeting an ice spear in rage. Twist, Doulahan blocks it cold. Then claps back so fast she can't even blink. Bam, she gets plastered against the wall. Ice failed? Rai realizes he needs way bigger guns to beat this buff. Time for Abyss Flame, he starts. Cooking a dark fireball, as soon as possible. Ya shook. He chucks the fire, monster fires back an energy wave. Boom. They clash, but Ray's fire eats that blast for lunch. The dark fire hits Doulahan before it can twitch, roasting it instantly. Ray grabs it with mana hand so it cooks evenly. That heat melts through the armor, buffs and turns the beast to literal dust. Barbecue over. Beast's toast, drops a fat green mana stone. But Ya? She's obsessing over Rai's insane OP power. She's stunned he one-shotted that nightmare, and awkwardly thanks him for the save. Ray grins, just glad you're not flattened, he says. Ray was secretly fist-pumping that Ya didn't kick the bucket. Ya's toxic boss finally drags herself up, looking super salty. She clocks Ray's muscles, but her greedy brain just wants the loot. She struts over to Ray, demanding he fork over the mana rock since they called dibs on the dungeon. Ya gasps, reminding Miss Attitude that Ray literally just saved them. Ray just shrugs and tells the chick she can have the shiny rock, but the price is you joining his squad. This totally floors the party. Boss and Ya. Ray tells Ya, your call, though. No pressure. The leader cackles like a total villain, and tells Ray she is 100% down for that swap. She pokes Ya. You cool with getting dumped here? Ya snaps back, I'm in. She tells Ray, I'm yours, boss. Miss Greedy snatches the loot and as she bounces, she brags about trading a useless noob for cash. Jokes on her. Ray knows Ya is actually totally OP. Squad gone. Yeah, thanks Ray. He's like, sorry for the sudden poach. Ya, on the flip side, thinks she'll just be dead weight for him anyway. Ray shuts that down, saying she has zero to worry about cause she'll level up way past those losers. Ya blinks, confused. Her actually getting buff? Ray admits he overheard her drama back at base, but he promises he wasn't trying to be a creeper. I'll support you, he says. Ya beams. Okay, I trust you. Ray grins. He just scored the ultimate teammate. Next day, the dynamic duo preps to raid a B-rank dungeon. Ya asks if crushing this lets them take the A- rank test, and Ray gives a thumbs up. Plus, he hints there's a cheat code inside to boost her stats. Ya perks up. Getting buff means more cash for her sister's hospital bills. Pumped, Ya shows Ray she's ready to throw hands. They enter the crystal cave. Black wolves spawn, freaking Ya out. Ray tells her to chill while he handles the trash mobs. He dashes at the pack end, pops a body buff before he even hits them. Sword out, he slices through them like wet paper. He drops them one by one. Ya is gaping from the back. She's shook. Her old squad was trash compared to this guy. Ray guides her to the sweet spot, and promises he's got her back. Go time, he says. Ya moves in to grind some serious XP. Stuck with basic moves like a total noob. She's still ready to throw hands with the creeps. Ya preps spicy fireballs for the ankle biters rushing her. Ray chills in the back, watching his plan to unlock her potential unfold. Dealing with the runts, a massive beast creeps up on her 6. But Ray's totally on it, refusing to let some rando ruin Ya's big moment. Ya wrecks them, but they keep respawning like they're glitching. She actually gets chomped on the arm gross and panics about her mana draining. Ya is feeling emo until she sees Ray fighting tough guys just for her. That's when she realizes she needs to quit whining and get to work. Hyped to impress Ray, she channels all her feels into a fireball. She eats the fireball at the mobs, and her rage makes it swole, eating them like snacks. Ya's shook when she sees the fire getting huge without tanking her mana bar. Ray's pumped she gets it, she's built for the long game. Turns out, her mana pool is her OP secret weapon and she just unlocked it. Ya's stunned finding out she unlocked Blast Furnace. Soon, they hit the boss room with a level 52 mega slime. Ray rushes it, shouting for Ya to use her new skill. Ya nods, unleashing Blast Furnace with crazy heat that scares her. She can't believe she's packing that kind of power. Ray knew she had it in her, since that skill buffs damage big time but costs huge mana. It matches her build perfectly, but Ray realizes this boom is way bigger than he calculated. Ya's fire swallows the room, painting it red and totally deleting that slime. Boss dead, Ray walks over giving her props for the win. Ya's shaky, then laughs, shocked she's actually that strong. However, she doesn't waste a sec thanking Ray, knowing she'd be zero without him. Clearing the B-rank dungeon, they head back to the surface, hyped they finally tick the box to take the A-rank exam. Now they just gotta pass. Ray smiles, but inside he's desperate to crush this exam. On the big exam day, they hit the guild and Hinata says they gotta check their combat stats and team up for a mock battle. Ray's ready to ace this and grab A rank for his next scheme. Ya is super hyped, urging Ray to absolutely crush it. Then bam! They bump into her toxic ex-squad and their jerk leader, Isoyama. They roast her for even showing up, but Ray steps up, claiming Ya won't lose to a bunch of chickens like them. Isoyama snorts and starts clowning Ray, saying, she's got way better recruits than useless Ya. Cue the new girl making an entrance. It's Aono Yuri. Ray sweats bullets immediately, he knows that name from his past life. Rumor has it she soloed a nightmare dungeon like it was a walk in the park. That's how she blew up and got famous. Ray does the math, she's gotta be at least an A-rank mage by now. Yuri strolls right up to Ray, saying he gives off interesting guy vibes. Ray freezes, staring like a weirdo. Ya panics and snaps him out of it. Hearing his name instantly clues Yuri in on the secret, he's totally Kai's big bro. Plus, she knows he beat Kai. Ray shook, didn't think word traveled that fast. Meanwhile, Ya is losing it. Ray beat Kai? She demands the tea immediately. Yuri spins back to Ray, you're cute, but you'd never beat me. She claims even Purple King Kai is weaker than her. Soon, the mages hit the training center to test their skills on the association's practice golem. Turns out, this bot's plated with special rock that's way tougher than usual. Give it your all, they said. Ray's the first lucky contestant called up to the plate. He faces the bot and whips up a fireball, but the crowd cracks up. Fire against a metal golem? Rookie move. Rushing in, Ray knows the fire alone won't do squat. But right before he hits, he mixes fire with an ice shard. Boom, fire lands. He blasts the golem's head clean off. Smoke everywhere. The proctor checks the heap of junk. No movement? Yep, that bot is toast. The haters go quiet, whispering in shock. They didn't expect a one-hit KO from Ray. Yuri's actually impressed by that crazy dual element combo. Ray grins because he knows he totally nailed it. Now it's Ye's turn for the mana test. Hands on the crystal ball. Just as she reaches for the ball, her ex-party starts roasting her again. Go home, loser. But then, the whole room Practically faints when the dial shows her insane power. Isoyama's losing it, screaming that Ya is definitely hacking. With the boring prep work finally done, the proctor announces that mock battles are the final boss. Round 1, Ya versus her absolute hater, Isoyama. Ya's chilling, but Isoyama is dying to expose her as a total fraud. The fight kicks off, and Isoyama eats ice spikes, but Ya just casually smashes them with a fireball, blasting glittery shrapnel everywhere. Isoyama's jaw hits the floor because she never guessed Ya packed that kind of heat. She's shook, but Ya's just started, tossing another spicy meatball, sensing the major damage incoming. Isoyama panic shields up, praying it saves her skin. Mid-panic, she still roasts Ya for being too basic. Her master plan? Block, then clap back hard. But then, oops, reality check. Ya's fire spam isn't stopping anytime soon. Ya keeps chucking fireballs at the shield like candy. Under the spam, the shield cracks, exposing Isoyama's fear. Isoyama tries her classic bailout move, but while she books it, she gets clapped by random rubble. Bonk. Debris hits her head, and she faceplants on the probably dirt, refusing to believe Ya actually owned her. She's out cold, so the ref calls the match for Ya. Ya's beaming, and as she hops back to the squad, Rai gives her props. She giggles, "I won?" and wishes Rai luck versus Yuri. Yuri's cool as ice, summoning Rai to the ring. Stepping up, Yuri asks, "Why are you even here, dude?" Rai stays silent, so Yuri notes he's way less clueless than the other noobs. Rai says he's on a mission and won't let her stop him. Yuri smirks when she hears that, flexing a crazy aura to show who's boss. Rai's like, "I know you're buff, but I'm winning." She digs the swagger, so to put the chat aside, she says, "Let's throw hands then." Yuri moves first, slinging mana blades at Rai. Rai draws his sword to parry but is barely hanging on. Turns out, Yuri's hacking mana with a conversion cheat. Then she jump scares him with a massive OP attack. He barely dodges, becoming a pancake. She teases his luck, but Rai is done turtling, deciding to go full aggro instead. He rushes her, but she's not making it easy. She snipes at him, but he tanks it with a shield. Ray rushes in, swinging for her neck like a maniac, but she dodges backward. While she's floating mid-air, Ray fires a spicy lance. Yuri pulls a nope card with a mana shield. The barrier tanks the hit comfortably. "Nice try, though." She teases. Ray's sweating. Her defense? Totally cracked. No joke, the girl is seriously OP. Yuri flips the script, spamming laser beams at Ray. He's sprinting laps just to stay alive. Ray grumbles about her cheap moves. "Running won't save you, coward," she laughs. Ray spins around to face her. She locks on. "Game over, dude," she thinks. But wait. Plot twist. Last second, he buffs up and slices her attacks like Fruit Ninja. She's shook, but she ain't done with him yet. Using 3 colors? That's new, she admits. Then she drops a bomb. "I can buff too, genius." She powers up and summons a wicked scythe. Poof. She's gone. Then surprise. She's right behind him. Ray barely keeps his head attached, blocking just in time. He gets yeeted back by the crazy force. She's too fast. Ray's on the ropes as she chases. He can't believe her insane power levels. Time for a Hail Mary play. He lets her get close, then yoink. Grabs her hand. Yuri cackles. "That's your plan, really?" Then she freezes. Uh-oh. Ray totally swiped her buff skill. She stumbles back, realizing her mojo is gone. Wide open, Ray lands a solid hit right to the chest. Yuri coughs, winded, and hits the dirt. She can't believe he was sandbagging. With Yuri flattened, Ray takes the dub. Later, Yuri wakes up in the ER with Ray and Ya lurking. They're stoked she's back among the pressed living. "Okay, you totally wrecked me," she admits. She didn't expect him to be such a beast. "So, why are you here?" Ray bows politely. "Join our squad? Please?" Yuri is floored by the offer. Ray adds, "Hey, you ranked up too, by the way. We need your skills for the crazy dungeons," Ray says. Yuri bursts out laughing. "You're a weird one, aren't you?" She doesn't stall any longer. "Sure, I'll tag along," she grins. Ray's pumped. They shake on it. Suddenly, the floor starts quaking hard. Ray's panicking. Rai wonders what's up, clueless that Kronos is actually trying to break free from jail. Dude just needs a little more juice to escape. Shaking stops, and Rai gets major flashbacks. A ton of quakes like this hit before the Ikebukuro dungeon imploded. Rai realizes the dungeon break timer is ticking down fast. Even though the dungeon is a total nightmare, Rai knows they have zero choice right now. He drops the battle plan on the girls, and they totally freak out. They're like, that's the hardest zone. We're gonna get wrecked with just 3 people. Yuri asks if he's suggesting this suicide run cause of the quake. Rai admits he's got bad vibes. Rai brings up reports about weird monsters. Says it's basically a trailer for a bigger disaster. Yuri doesn't give a hoot what he says, as long as she's following his lead. Yet joins the hype train too. Rai's stoked and thanks the squad. Next day, the gang hits up Hinata to request the dungeon run. Request approved. The trio heads out. Yuri, being a maniac, is super pumped to fight. Ye wishes they had more peeps to help, but Rai says nope. Association is short on A-rank mages. He then admits, it'd be sweet if a guy named Okawa was tagging along. Back in the day, Okawa was Japan's absolute MVP. Rai's terrified Kronos will pop up if the dungeon breaks. Gotta stop it. Before entering, the girls beg Rai to drop the formal stuff. Just use our real names, dude. He agrees to save time, and the trio finally steps inside. Boom. First mob is a level 71 skull demon. Rai shook. That thing's usually a boss, but here? Just a doorman. Without fear, they rush the demon, but it throws up a mana shield instantly. Rai knows that shield's gotta go, so he blasts it with a fire lance. But one hit? Weak sauce. The shield didn't even crack. Yeah, and Yuri combo the barrier, letting Rai dash in and slice it. As usual, beating the skull demon drops a fat green gem. Rai high-fives the girls for their perfect timing on the shield break. Yuri finally works up the guts to ask Rai how he's got so many skills. Rai hesitates, then spills the tea. He's got skill drain. They're confused, so Rai explains he swipes skills just by touching peeps. Yuri suddenly clicks on what went down during their duel, but Rai promises he already gave her skill back. Yeah, meanwhile, is completely mind blown. She never guessed Rai's skills would be so broken. Now she gets why Rai brought them. With him, they're basically on easy mode. Yaz also fired up, swearing she won't be dead weight to the squad. With the vibe check passed, they push deeper and hit the boss room fast. Ya notes the floor is shaking like crazy. She nervously asks if they can actually handle the big bad. Rai reminds her they leveled up a ton on the way here. So, he figures this boss fight is totally doable. Ya agrees he's spitting facts and gets ready to prove she's not luggage. Just then, something snatches Ya from behind before anyone blinks. They spin around. It's the boss, a level 89 Grim Reaper. Yikes. Rai is freaking out. Bosses aren't supposed to roam free. His brain is flooding with questions. But mostly he knows they're in major trouble. Rai tells Yuri it looks grim, but they gotta save Ya as soon as possible. He screams at Ya, asking if she's still breathing. Turns out, Ya popped a mana shield just in time so she didn't get squished. But Rai's sweating. Her mana pool is huge, but not infinite. His best move would usually be blasting abyss flames, but that'd toast Ya too. The only play left is figuring out a rescue plan. Rai tells Yuri he'll distract the tentacles while she grabs Ya. Teamwork. With aggressed plan in motion, the duo rushes the beast. Rai gets in its face, barely dodging a massive tentacle swipe. The smash cracks the floor. Rai is shook. One hit and it's basically game over for him. Just when he thinks he's safe, a tentacle sneaks up from behind. Ya thinks he's cooked and screams his name, terrified. Luckily, Rai escapes with mana hand and takes a breather. Ooh. While that chaos is going down, Yuri closes in on the monster. She swings for a crit, but times clank asterisk. It bounces off. It has a buff skill? Judiasto. Bail before she becomes tentacle paste. Rai checks on her, she says she's chilling, but something smells fishy about this setup. Tentacle mobs usually have trash defense. Since when do they have buffs? On top of that weirdness, why is it lurking outside its boss room? Little does he know, Kronos is pulling the strings here. But the beast is charging with so much fury they don't have time to brainstorm. Yaz chilling in her bubble but feels super guilty, thinking the mess outside is totally on her. She realizes she's been way too useless, just waiting for Ray to carry the squad. She racks her brain, trying to figure out how to actually be useful for once. Meanwhile, Yuri and Ray are in big trouble cause they're running on fumes after surviving so many fights. Ray's about to rage quit when a light bulb suddenly goes off. He screams at Ya to spam her mana fusion skill as soon as possible. Ya's shook, and Yuri's like, bruh, that skill burns way too much energy. Ray gets why they're skeptical since everyone thought that move was trash in his previous life too. But some big brain mage eventually unlocked its true potential. Turns out that genius was Ya herself before time rewound. Irony much? Ya's hesitant since she's never actually tried it before. But if Ray says jump, she jumps. She fires the skill, nailing them perfectly. Suddenly, Yuri notices her. Energy bar refilling. Ray just smirks, he knew the meta all along. See, mana fusion acts like a battery pack sharing the caster's juice, but only top tier mages can pull it off. Yaz hyped it worked, then realizes the recharge rate is kinda mid. Then it clicks her output is bottlenecked by that defensive shield she's hiding behind. To go full support mode, she drops the shield, letting the monster snatch her up. But hey, now she can dump her entire mana pool into the duo. Totally drained, she whispers that it's all on them now. Seeing her sacrifice, the pair goes full beast mode to wreck the enemy. They rush straight at the beast, ready to shred it to pieces to save their friend. Powered up, they finally have the stats to smash through its armor. They start deleting monster parts left and right. And Ray tells Yuri to keep the pressure up so they can rescue Ya. Ray sees an opening, but the monster's one step ahead. It yanks Ya away instantly, making things way more complicated. Ray calculates that at this rate, they'll never reach her. But Yuri's like, chill, I'll clear the way for you. She blasts her ult, creating literal aura stairs for Ray to run up. Ray appreciates the setup, and sprints up the steps toward Ya. The beast throws tentacles at him, but Ray slices them like butter. Speed blitzing the enemy, he gets to Ya and hacks her free. Landing safely, he checks if she's still in one piece. Ya blinks open her eyes, grinning, Ray's always showing off, huh? Yuri runs over, hyping Ya up for actually saving their skins. Yuri admits Ya's got serious guts. Ya's safe, but the boss fight isn't over yet. Ray and Yuri charge the beast, but it's basically cheating with those regenerating tentacles. Yuri realizes they're totally cooked and asks Ray for the game plan. Ray goes, I got this, and she's like, really? But lets him roll with it. He sprints at the beast, swearing to Yuri he's gonna end this nightmare. Then Yuri panics cause Ray's charging and empty-handed. Right before he hits the boss, a tentacle pops up to block him. Ray triggers overclock to boost his stats before dropping the abyss flame. Dark energy wraps around his body as he blasts the monster, blowing its head wide open. The beast face plants, shocking Kronos who thought the Reaper was invincible. Still, that guy is dead set on wiping Ray's squad out for good. Mid-victory dance, some black goo shoots from the corpse right at Yuri. It nearly skewers her, but Ray manages to yank her to safety just in time. Ray sees the slime buffing up and yells at the girls to bolt. Sprinting for the door, Ray prays they don't wipe after saving the dungeon. But right at the exit, the goo catches up. They're about to get eaten when a gold shield pops up and a voice says, move it. They spin around to see their savior, the legendary Okawa Hikaru. The girls gasp when he introduces himself. Ray totally name-dropped him earlier. Ray confirms this is the dude he was trying to recruit. Okawa is S-rank OP, known as the Yellow King in the future timeline. Ray knows they would be toast if Okawa hadn't clutched up with that barrier. Okawa winks, glad his timing was on point. He mentions he was raiding another dungeon on government orders. But then he got a ping from none other than Hinata. Okawa stuns Ray by revealing he knows him as Kai's bro. He tells Ray to chill, he's just curious about him. Relieved, Ray finally thanks the guy for the save. Okawa brushes it off like it's nothing, praising Ray for soloing that dungeon boss. Then the mana stone drops from the corpse, and Okawa is shook by its size. Realizing how tough the boss was, he tosses the stone to Ray. Okawa gives props, saying he expects big things, then heads out with the team trailing behind. Back at the association HQ, Yuri calls Okawa a character, and Ray agrees. Hinata spots them and starts screaming, checking if they're alive. Hinata was stressing cause the squad took forever inside. She roasted Ray for YOLOing straight into the dungeon instantly. Dude, that place is death. She's like, so, how far did you noobs get? Betting they barely made it past the lobby. Staff practically stroked out when Ray said, good game, we won. They totally lost it, screaming like hysterical fans. Word got out fast about the Ikebukuro clear. Guilds went into panic mode trying to slide into the DMs of the guy who crushed it. You told News Crew she can finally pay her sis's bills. Plus, she gave major props to Ray for the carry. Iso Yama's crew was super salty. She swears it's hacks. Kai is also raging hard that Ray got the big W. The tea about Ray winning went viral, since he used to be a total nobody. Group chats blew up with homies calling each other out, saying they gotta apologize for the shade. While everyone hyped him, Ray was thinking how to level up, knowing his team carried him pretty hard. 3 days later, Ray hits the HQ cause. Hinata pinged him. Said there's urgent tea to spill. Squad is shook, they got a special dungeon request. Yaz confused since they're barely A-rank noobs. Hinata says it's cause they just went beast mode. Usually, mages gotta beg for the jobs. But getting invited? That's VIP status stuff right there. Ya grins, telling Ray. He's the MVP, but Ray says nah, team effort bro. Ray asks, who asked, but Hinata's like top secret. Classic move. Yuri wants in just for the lols. Ray accepts. It's official, so probably not sus. Then Hinata drops a bomb. S rank mage joining. Next day, they roll up to the meet-up spot for the big shot. Ya's dying to know who it is. Bam, they see him. It's freaking Okawa. Ray's stunned. Okawa grins, surprise, betcha didn't guess. Okawa then says he's hyped cause everyone's watching. Ya loves his chill vibe, and Ray agrees, but reminds her he's still a beast S rank. Ray asks if the place is rigged. Okawa nods. Scouts said a giant firewall is blocking the way. Ray's curious, asking, yo, how are we gonna handle this mess? Okawa just taps his temple, reminding them he's packing that sweet barrier skill. Says the firewall's a total joke with him around. Ray peeps the ego on this guy. Thinks this dungeon's a walk in the park? Like he read Ray's mind, Okawa goes, just watch. You'll see how epic I am. I'm literally gonna carry this whole squad. Boom. Suddenly, a monster wave crashes the party, and Ray yells, squad up. It's go time. He's also low-key dying to see if Mr. S rank is the real deal. Then he spots Okawa cowering in the corner, shaking like a leaf. Okawa squeaks at the trio to fight cause he doesn't vibe with these creeps. Ya calls him out, thought you were the main character, bro? But Ray's like, ignore the chicken. Focus on the beasts. The three lock in and start blasting ranged shots at the ugly mob. Yuri dives in, looking totally confident against the swarm. These guys are weak sauce compared to our last fight. Ya and Yuri wreck most of them, then Ray cleans up with a fire lance. Okawa's jaw hits the floor, totally shook by the display. Dust clears, and Ya high-fives Ray. We crushed it. Okawa pops up. Ugh, I hate bugs. Thanks for the save, I guess. Out of nowhere, some wolves jump out and rush straight for Okawa's back. Dude flips a switch, traps him in a box barrier, and squashes him flat. Easy. Ray's team is stunned. Whoa, what kind of cheat code was that? Square box. Okawa smirks. Just one of my barrier tricks. Only works on small fry though. Can't box the big boys. Ray's geeking out. Heard the legends, but seeing it live? Wild. Monsters toast. Okawa suggests they keep moving. Walking behind him, Ray's totally fanboying. Now times is what an S rank looks like. They hit the firewall. Report wasn't lying. You can feel the heat roasting you from yards away. Okawa steps up, splits the flames with a barrier like it's nothing. The squad strolls through the tunnel, hyped, and finds a hole leading straight to the boss suite. Ray's pumped. Everyone ready? Let's crash the boss's pad. Okawa's secretly watching Ray. Is the kid legit or a total fraud? Stepping in, Ray starts whining about the heat. Means the boss is gonna be extra spicy. Boss shows up. Level 68 Flame Gar. Big trouble. Just looking at it gives Ray the creeps. Ray freaks as it stomps closer. Mana barriers. Now, but Okawa's chill. Nah, don't bother. Beast spits fire, but Okawa blocks it cold with his magic. Ray shook. Okawa winks, I'm on defense. You guys go ham. Ray gives a nod, roger that, but he hits the pause button to brainstorm a sec. One nasty hit and that barrier pops like a cheap balloon. Ray thinks about using Abyss Flame, but ditches the idea boss is way too fast for that. Plus, that move guzzles mana like crazy. So Ray figures he needs a cheaper way to wreck this thing. Ray charges in, shouting at Yuri and Ya to find an opening. He buffs his stats with body enhancement and launches himself at the beast. Ray fakes a head-on smash to trick the monster, then zips behind it for a massive critical hit. Yuri and Ya spam their long-range spells from the backline. Even with that combo, the dude keeps moving. Ray knew this boss was gonna be OP. If this battle drags on, they are totally cooked. Ray's already dripping sweat from the crazy heat. He's gotta speedrun this fight. Stat. Okawa's just chilling in the back, watching Ray sweat it out. Suddenly, Ray yells a new strat to Yuri and forget the body. Blast its feet. The girls grin and immediately unleash hell on its ankles. Ya goes extra hard with a skill called Stone Bullet. Now the monster's forced to play hopscotch. But Ray knows you can't dodge while floating mid-air. Ray launches himself right at the beast, and just before impact, he ices up his blade. Okawa's jaw drops. Since the boss can't fly, Ray lands a crit that slams it into the dirt. Game over. The girls rush in cheering, but he's like, nah, that was all you guys. Okawa digs the squad synergy. He just saw, Ray really lives up to the hype. but he can tell Ray's still holding back his aces. Ray tries to bail to file reports, but Okawa's like, "Hole up." He whips out a square box. "Pop quiz time, kid." Okawa says this box traps monsters, but it's also a portable dungeon for hardcore training. Then he admits, "I want to see you go all out." So, he wants Ray to beat the nasties stuck in this cube. He promises to reseal him if things get too spicy, but Ray has to make the call to tap out. Ray gets it. Sus motives, but he can't say no to farming free XP. Agrees, and Okawa pops the lid. Suddenly, a creepy black shadow shoots out. Turns out, this thing morphs into your worst nightmare. Okawa's hyped to see what freaky form it takes. Boom. Ray's worst nightmare, Kronos, just creeps on out. Oyava is totally shook, never seen a beast like that. Owa's hyped, but Ray? He's straight up losing it. That's a wrap, fam. Want part 2? Spam the comments. Smash that sub button, ring the bell, and like. Thanks for vibing. Catch you later.